the poster child for abuse. How does this happen? Number one, obviously it discourages good candidates from running. How in the world are they going to compete with this kind of money? And there could be wonderful candidates out there, attorneys, lawyers, average folks, business people. But how are they going to afford if they can't compete with $30-some million? Secondly, and perhaps most important, the abuse of money in our politics distorts the government agenda, the public agenda. The voters may vote, but that doesn't matter. What happens is when the big money comes in the day after the election and sets the agenda. Democracy, of course, is supposed to represent what people really want, more or less. But when you got paid to play politics like we have in Chicago, it distorts the agenda. The Tribune, for example, just pointed out that 60% of the mayor's top 100 givers that brought in 60% and brought in $14 million received benefits from Rahm. This also creates a cynicism of the public. It's, how come I want these things to happen? They don't happen, and part of the reason they don't happen is because it's big money. Okay, no offense to a billionaire Ken Griffin. No, success, that's great. But when Ken Griffin, with his billions of dollars, can give hundreds of millions of dollars to these campaigns and then reap a wonderful benefit for the Marriott Hotel in a non-depressed area with TIF money, raises questions about who's making decisions for average people in Chicago. And you think of some of these decisions made over the last few years, like the parking meters and the red cameras. If there wasn't so much corruption, which Dick Simpson, of course, as I pointed out in his book, they wouldn't have to be milking the public for dollar after dollar. Also, what it does is it means mayors and elected officials are spending far too much time raising money than working on the government agenda. And in the Mayor Emanuel's case, it's even worse because he hides. He does not give information about who all these millionaires and others he meets with. So it makes it even harder for the public to decide, well, we understand why he gets money from that person, maybe legit. Finally, it slants the media. Okay? We have a campaign, look at it, for example. Just a few months ago, before the campaign really started, we had an incumbent mayor that was roughly 36 or 38% of the public. That means, by my quick math, 62, 64, a great percentage of the Chicago public did not particularly like this guy. Okay? And yet, because of money, what happens? There's commercials filled with half-truths, misinformation, over and over again. That helps to destroy democracy. Because if you don't get a fair representation of ideas, you're not going to have a democracy and you're not going to represent what the people really want. So that's, at least that's my personal concern about what is going on. Now we're going to hear from former Alderman Dick Simpson and Professor.
So I wanted to raise today particularly the issue of the City Council and the City Council elections. This is a report that we issued back in December. What the report showed was that this City Council